Now it's time for us to learn and understand Python scope. Scope of Python variables, functions, methods, private fields, etc. And to understand the Python scope, we have to actually start writing codes. So let's start writing codes. Let's declare a variable and I'm naming it name and assigning some random name. And now I'm declaring one function and naming it scope testing. And inside the method, simply I'm printing the name. And outside of the method, let's call the method and run the program to test. But before we run the program, can you tell me what will happen? Yeah, it's pretty easy. It will just print the name. Okay, so let's test it. And we can see it has printed the name. And if we want, we can also print this name variable from outside of the function. We can say print outside of the function and we can just pass the name. And for that we have to actually use string formatting. So we can just say format the string and here let's pass our variable name and execute it. And we can see we can access this variable both from inside the method and outside the method. So this variable's scope is global. Now if we declare one variable inside our function, so let's do that. Age is 2. And if we want to print it here inside the function, then it's possible, we know that. But what if we want to print it from outside the function? Is it possible? So let's try that. Print outside the function and we can say print age outside of the function and try to print the age. And we're getting one warning. What is it saying? It's saying age is not defined. And if we run the program, we'll definitely get an error. So let's run the program and we can say name age is not defined. So the scope of the variable age is local, not global. In the same way, if we declare another function inside this scope testing function, so let's try it and name it print, def print name. And here print format the string and say printing name from inside the function and here name. Look, we're getting access to this name variable here inside the function. Not only inside the function but also the function inside the function. But if we try to print it here outside of the function, then we will not get access to this print name function. So let's try that. We can say print name and we are getting one warning. What is it saying? It's saying the same message, print name is not defined, because we don't have access to this print name function. The reason is the scope of this print name function is local, just inside this scope testing method. So if we declare any variable inside our method, can we make it global? Yes, we can make it global by adding the keyword global. And now we have to get rid of this assignment here and assign in somewhere else, yes, we can assign inside this method also. So we can say age equal to 2, and then if we run it, let's comment this one and comment this one so that we can be oversure. Also, let's comment this one. And now if we run the program, then it should print our age. Yes, we can get we have printed our age successfully. And though we have declared our variable inside the method, but it's global now. And we made it global by using the global keyword. Now, what about private fields and methods? So let's create one class. I'm naming the class student. And inside the class, I'm creating one constructor, def init, passing the self keyword here for creating properties or fields. And inside the init method, I mean the constructor, I'm saying self dot name and passing name here, name and also age, also role. So name equal to name. Now I'm declaring another property using the self keyword, but this time I'm adding one single underscore. So underscore age equal to age. Another property or field self dot, but this time using double underscore, role and role. Now I'm declaring one method. We can see one warning. So let's hover over it. And we can see role is not defined. Okay, I misspelled. Okay, now let's declare one method here, def, and let's name the method underscore. Okay, only get age, get name. And now here let's simply return the name. We knew about returning statement or returning from function in our Python function and method lecture, which is lecture number 10. So you can look at that. So if you have forgotten, then you can look at the lecture again and pass the self keyword inside the method param. Now let's declare two more methods, one for getting age and another for getting role, def, but this time I'm adding one underscore at the beginning, underscore get age, self, and here return underscore age. Okay, self dot underscore age. Now I'm declaring one method and saying it def underscore underscore get role, and then the self keyword inside the method param, and from here I'm returning self dot underscore underscore role. And now I'm declaring one more method and saying def get student info. From here I'm returning everything actually. So I'm saying return and the string and the string formatter, and then here name, then self dot name, and then space. Okay, the reason is we have not passed the self inside our method param, self keyword, and then age, Okay, capital A. And here, using the string formatter, we can say self dot underscore age. And then we're saying role. And here we can say self dot underscore role. Now, outside of the class, let's initiate the class and create the object instance. So I can say student equal to student, and we need to pass three data inside our constructor param. Okay, name is Wasna, age is 2, and role is 1. Wasna is a very good student, and execute it. Okay, there is no problem in the code. It has executed successfully. And now let's print the student object. Print. Okay, it's working fine. Now let's print the student name and age separately. Print student dot name. We can get it, we can say it. Print student dot underscore age this time, and we can see it. Now let's try getting the student role. Student dot double underscore and role. Okay, we have declared our class property with the same name which already exists in Python library. So we have to just rename it, and we can say student role. Student underscore role. And we can do it here. And here, I'm replacing all this. And also here, I'm replacing this. And I'm executing this piece of code first because I have renamed one property or field. So this one first, and then this one. And we can see we're getting one error. It's saying student object has no attribute underscore underscore student underscore role. The reason is when we add two underscore, then it becomes private to this class or this object. So we can get access to these private fields or properties only inside this class, not from outside this class. Even if we inherit this class, we will not get access to these private fields and private methods. And we will know about inheritance in our next lecture. So now let's try getting access to all the methods we have declared inside our class. First, get name, and it should print name actually. Yes, it has printed Wasna. Now let's print get underscore age, and it has printed perfectly. What about get role? Let's try it. So print student dot underscore underscore get role method and execute it. And we can see the same error. Student object has no attribute underscore underscore get role. Because we have added double underscore at the beginning of this method and at the beginning of this property, so we are not getting access to this property and method from outside the class. What about this get info method? Let's try that. And interestingly, we can see all the data: name, age, and role. So now we could understand if we declare any method or property using underscore underscore, or we can say using a double underscore at the beginning, then we cannot get access to this field or method from outside the class, but we can get access inside the class. That's it for now about Python scope and private fields and methods. In our next lecture, we will understand about inheritance in our Python object-oriented programming.